Do you guys want to see how I did this? Stay here. Okay, so I cleaned this piece really well before I went in and painted it. If you guys have ever seen any of my other videos, I show you how I prep in there, so you can go ahead and check that out. But I wanted to highlight something really quick, and this is a brand new brush. It's called the Crys'Dawna, which is super, super humbling and cool. I can't even believe I have a brush with my name on it, but I wanted to highlight it here so I could show you how you can lay down coats of paint with this brush. It is a softer brush. Some people asked if it could be used for like a denim look. No, it's soft bristles. So mainly you want to use it for laying down base coats, blending, things like that. But I just wanted to highlight it for a second because this piece was not, where I started is not where I ended. My initial plan for this piece was to do some texture and do some decoupage with a picture of Frida Kahlo, and it just it was not working for me. So I changed directions. Here, what I'm going to do is I am going to lay down a coat of texture mixed with Metropolis and salt wash. So I'm going to mix this enough to where it is like a pancake batter consistency, and I'm going to stipple it on the entire piece, and then once it gets a little bit dry, I'm going to lay it down with a rubber paintbrush, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. Now, again, I did not have any direction, and so this video may seem like I'm doing a lot of steps and a lot of different things. If you wanted to, you could omit this part right here, and you could possibly just do the base coat of the brighter colors if you wanted, but I feel like this did come in handy at the end of the finish. Many people ask me what the back of the doors look like, or the area where the doors overlap the base, or what behind the drawers look like. It looks exactly the same. I take the doors and the drawers off and I lay down my texture and do everything the same on that. I just don't always show it. I allowed this to sit for about 5 to 10 minutes so that it could start drying, and that way when I lay it down like this, it doesn't smear as much, it actually just lays down. And so this is what is called a rubber paintbrush, and you're going to lay it flat to the surface and gently just lay down that texture that you just stippled. Once everything was completely dry, I laid the piece on its back, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle some salt wash or whatever texture medium that you want to use, and then I'm going to spray it with water so it sticks to the surface. What's going to happen here is that once it's dry and we paint over it with another paint, we'll be able to scrape it back and it'll show that gray underneath. If you didn't want the gray, then you could move to the next step that I just did, and you could just lay down that base coat of the two colors that I'm going to use. The next two colors that I'm going to use is called Calm Palm, which is part of the Botanical line, and then Lemon Shark, which is part of the Coastal line. I want to make sure that that texture that we added is completely dry. Now you do want to make sure that you pour your paint into separate containers because this is going to contaminate your paint if you're dipping your paintbrush into your jar. So the top half I painted with Lemon Shark, and then the bottom half I painted with Calm Palm. This texture additive may fall off a little bit, but it shouldn't completely fall off. And so that is completely normal. You could put down a drop cloth if it gets a little bit too messy, but right now I'm just laying these base coats down. I allowed my paint to dry for a few hours. Because this is a paint that has clay and chalk, you want to make sure that you have it nice and dry because it will pull away if you don't dry it completely. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend this transition line, and the first thing I'm doing is adding some Calm Palm right there. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to add a little bit of Lemon Shark. I'm going up from the Calm Palm, I'm going up into the Lemon Shark, and right now I'm taking my Lemon Shark brush and I'm kind of just pulling it down into one another. This paint is going to blend really, really beautifully. So this is the Lemon Shark brush, and I'm just going up in the Lemon Shark and pulling my way down, and I'm going to toggle between those two brushes. But right now what I did is I sprayed it really nice, and now I'm just going to feather it with the Calm Palm brush. I'm going to spray it again and feather it with the Lemon Shark brush, and then I am going to show you how you can blend and do the softening of the blend with the new Crys'Dawna brush. So once I was done toggling between the two brushes, and make sure you're keeping a light hand with this as well, I'm going to spray the entire area, and I'm going to take that new brush, the Crys'Dawna, and I am going to go vertical, horizontal, diagonal, and this is going to help just soften that final blend. You want to make sure you're using a very light hand when you do this, and it is just going to blend these beautifully. Once that was completely dry, I took a scraper. This is my carbide scraper. You can use whatever scraper you want, and I gently pulled it back, and you can see where it shows that dark gray underneath. At this point, this is where I went all in, okay, guys? So this piece, every step that I took, I just chose it at that time. And so I really did not have a plan, but I knew, here's the thing about doing layers and doing a finish like this. You can't stop. I know that sounds like a little bit wild, but you have to keep going in order to really build up those layers. And so if it looks ugly or you're questioning it, add another layer of paint or try another layer of colors. This is the type of finish where I just go all in. And I just hope for the best, and I just let it go. Once I was done, I repeated the process of laying down a texture additive, and I just added it in the areas where there weren't the little spots that were taken back, and I'm going to spray it with water, and then once it's dry, we will add the other colors. For this next part, I'm going to use one of my brand new colors called Cosmic Conquest in the Free Spirit with Bella Renovare line that is with Daydream Apothecary, and I'm going to go over the Lemon Shark with this. Next up is the color Living Light, which is also a new color in my line of paint, and I'm going to go over the Calm Palm with this color. Okay, so I'm going to blend these two colors together. What I have done is I've taken the Cosmic Conquest and I'm working from the Cosmic Conquest into the Living Light. I'm going to spray it with some water and just lightly feather them together. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Living Light brush and I'm going to kind of feather up into the Cosmic Conquest. And I'm going to toggle between those two and work those together just like I did the other blending that I did. And then I am going to take my brand new brush that I showed you earlier called the Crys'Dawna, and I'm going to spray the entire piece, and I'm showing you how we are going to smooth this blend. So we're going to go horizontal, diagonal, and it is going to make these two colors blend together really beautifully. Once everything is dry, I'm going to take my carbide scraper again and gently scrape back, and you can see how that lemon shark is going to show through that Cosmic Conquest. And so now you can see where that gray is, you can see where the lemon shark is, you can see where the Cosmic Conquest is. And then once we do this over on the Living Light, you're going to be able to see the Calm Palm through that, and you're just going to be able to see more and more layers coming through to fruition on here. At this point, you may be saying to yourself, what is she doing? I decided I wanted to add more layers and add some more color, okay? And so I took the color Aura, which is another color in my line, and I did kind of a wash over top of some areas with Aura. I dabbed the paintbrush in the paint and then I wiped off as much as I could. And then after I had it laid down in different areas, I took the spray bottle so that I could thin it out and pull it in different places, so it looked more like a wash than a solid coat of the Aura. And so you can see over to the left how it looks almost like a little bit of a wash. You can still see the blue through there. And so that is what I'm doing here. I also took a microfiber cloth and I'm going to add some water to the areas that I have put that color Aura down, and I'm going to just dab it so that I can pull back some of that paint so we can lighten it up a little bit. Here I go again, adding another color. So I'm using the color Sundance, which is a neon by Daydream Apothecary. And I'm taking my rubber paintbrush and I'm just lightly skipping it across the surface so that I can add a little bit of orange into this piece. Once everything was completely dried, I did take a 120 grit sanding block and I just lightly sanded everything back so that you can still see all the colors, but it also pulls back some of the layers so that all the colors shine through, and you're going to see that in the next step because this needs to be sealed. I am going to seal it and you're going to see what it looks like. So here we are going to seal it with Dream Coat. You can see all the colors are layered. You can see where the yellow and the orange and the Aura and the Cosmic Conquest and the Lemon Shark. I just went all out on this piece, and some people may think I'm insane and some people may not like it, and that's okay, but I had a lot of fun creating this. And if bright colors are not your thing, you could always do this with the colors that are your thing and just do the same technique. All right, everybody, so this piece is done. This video is done. You guys can kind of see going down. You see all the orange and the Calm Palm and Cosmic Conquest, Living Light, Aura, Metropolis, Sundance. What else? We have Lemon Shark. All the things. All those colors together make other colors. So it seems like I used a lot of colors, and maybe I kind of did, but a lot of those colors together create other colors, and so it adds that dimension. And I just really, really like this piece a lot. I hope you guys do too. Really wasn't a plan. So make sure you guys have an amazing weekend, and until next time, I will see you guys later. Oh, also, everything I use is in the description below, so I put the link to the brand new brushes, and all of the paint will be in the description below, so if you want to grab the paint or you want to grab one of those brushes, it's down there. All right, guys, happy creating, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday